Hello, Umut here. Welcome to another video. Today, as you see, I'm going to create two different canvases at the same time. One has a quite colorful scheme with vivid colors and one is more shabby chic style. But you will see I will use the same technique to create the background, which can give you some ideas to do different styles in your projects. In the first one, I'm going to use Dilutions paints. These paints are really colorful with very bright colors. And I'm using my brayer to apply the color on the canvas. You will see the names of the colors as I am applying them. And you will find full list of supplies down below with the links to the online shops as well. I'm just putting a little bit paint each time on my craft sheet, and I am taking the paint with my brayer, covering it, and then I'm applying it on my canvas. I'm not applying any force here. I dried my canvas before applying the purple one because purple and orange are contrasting colors and at the different sides of the color wheel. So they can create mud if they are blended. I didn't want that, so I dried my canvas first and then applied the purple color on top. As you see, I started from a light orange color, then applied my purple, then went to a darker orange, which was Tangerine Dream. And now I'm applying my purple again. I'm just trying to create some interesting background with contrasting colors. And applying all these colors with a brayer is creating a different texture on my canvas that you cannot ever get applying with a brush. It would be smoother, which is a different look, but this time I wanted to have something different. Now I'm going to move to the second canvas. This time I'm using Paper Artsy Fresco chalk paints. These are a little bit different than Dilutions. These are chalk paints and I'm using more muted natural earthy tones this time. And you will see that I don't need to dry my canvas this time from color to color. Because chalk paints dry really fast, so I don't need to dry it, and also I don't have colors that would create mud as well, so I'm not worried about it. I'm using tones of beige, some greens, lights and darks, some light browns, taupe. And applying all these colors with a brayer is allowing me to have a really different and interesting background that I could never get even if I wanted to on purpose. And to allow the other colors pop a little bit more, I'm using a darker color as well. This is a dark brown. When you use a darker color on your projects, suddenly the other colors that you used comes to the front and becomes more visible as well. So don't be scared to use blacks, browns or dark navy colors. It will only make the other colors pop. I used cheesecake as well, which is a very light yellow, cream almost. So it goes very well with the other colors, greens and beige of the project. And I think I am happy with it after applying some more of these. So I will move to the other project to put my focal point. I'm going to stamp this indigo blue butterfly. It's a big butterfly and it's really gorgeous. It will cover almost all my canvas, so I won't need any other focal point. I'm going to stamp it on vellum paper this time with Versamark ink because I'm going to emboss it. And I'm going to emboss it with a black embossing powder from Nuvo. Why I decided to use this embossing powder is it has glitter in it. So it will be black, but it will have a very nice shine to it with all the glitter that it has. I already like it because I can see the glitters. And when I dry it, as you see, it's a really nice shiny butterfly. I will just cut this now. I'm going to place my butterfly over cheesecloth, again to give some texture and interest to the page. And for a moment I thought it was a good idea to stick the cheesecloth with some black embossing paste, so that again there would be some texture on my page. But you will see later it was a bad idea, because all this black made the cheesecloth a little bit grayish and dirty. I sticked it with glossy accents as well. And then I sticked my butterfly on top of this cheesecloth. However, in the future of the video you will see that I will take it off and I will do something else, because I was bothered with how it looked. For the moment I continue working on other stuff. Now I'm doing some stenciling with a stencil that I have from Carabel Studio. I'm using my black embossing paste, and I will do some stamping as well. I'm using my archival ink. This is a splatter stamp. You may not see it very well from the camera, but it leaves a nice texture of splatters here and there. And again, using black makes my other colors pop. And I am using another texture stamp. This is from Tim Holtz collection. A bunch of background stamps that you can use to give some texture. And again, I'm using black color. You will see this more clearly probably because it's more prominent. As you see, all the colors pop because we have a black stamping on the page now. And I will do some splashes with white gesso as well. Again, white as well will make all the colors come to the front and make them pop. My butterfly seems very plain to me, so I will embellish it. I'm using my Nouveau crystal drops. I'm using yellows and purples and whites. These products are really handy because you can create your own enamel dots. You can embellish your focal points in art journals. You can use them to create some pearls without having to buy all sorts of colors of enamel dots. And you can make them as big as you want, so I really like them. It takes a few hours to completely dry. To be sure, actually, I leave them 24 hours without touching, squeezing my art journals or closing them. So I will leave this project outside probably overnight to make sure my drops are completely dry. And after embellishing my butterfly, I see that it becomes even more visible. And this is the moment that the cheesecloth that has black embossing paste started to bother me a lot. So I started finding solutions. I'm using some white gesso just to apply on the cheesecloth and around the cheesecloth to lighten around the butterfly, because the butterfly is on vellum paper and it's black, so it needs to pop and come through. Probably making the background white would make it come through. So this is what I am trying at the moment. And I am trying to explain you what's in my brain as well, because sometimes we do something, we look at it and don't know what is wrong, but it doesn't look nice. So this is what is happening exactly now. I know what is wrong and I'm trying to find a solution. But in the end I decided to be brave and remove the cheesecloth, which I covered with black embossing paste. I was lucky I could remove it, although I sticked it with glossy accents. And it's full of embellishments, so I'm trying not to ruin my embellishments. Some of them got destroyed, but I could clean them so I can replace. So everything went well. Eventually I replaced my cheesecloth with a new one that is white. So as you see, it looks much better. And this time, to stick it, I'm going to use white gesso, so to make sure all the background is covered with white, all bright, so my butterfly pops. And as you see, it makes a big difference to make all the background of the place where the butterfly is white, so that it comes through. And I'm going to give a border to my canvas with black ink here, so that it will have a nice crisp finish. And I am choosing a sentiment from this Tim Holtz sticker set. I have one that is too long, so I will cut it in half and place it on my canvas like that. And to make sure it's visible, I am just underlining and giving a border to it with my Stabilo All pencil. This pencil writes over acrylics, so it's really handy. And I'm using some water to make a shadow. And this one is finished with all the bright colors, and now we will move to the other one. So we will pick up where we left. First I will do some stenciling with this gorgeous wine leaves stencil from Crafter's Workshop. I'm using some texture paste and I'm mixing it with one of the colors I used on the canvas, the dark green one from Paper Artsy Paints again. And I'm going to apply my leaves with this color. I'm using some tape to secure my stencil because I don't want to destroy it with all the paste. I will also do some splashes with the same color that I used to mix with the paste, dark green, on my page. And I'm going to do some stamping again. I'm using archival ink here. It's a coffee color, and the stamp I'm using is from Penny Black. It's a script stamp, so you can use whatever you have actually. And again, I'm using some cheesecloth before I stick my embellishments. And I'm using the same paste that I created to create the leaves actually. I'm going to use this window frame chipboard from Scrapiniac. It's really cute. And I'm going to place some flowers around the window. These are from Prima, white flowers. And these are from Scrapberries. I always like to have white flowers in hand because eventually you can color them whichever color you want according to your project. If you ask me which flowers shall I buy, I would say definitely first white ones because you can give color to them. Of course, there are many other flowers that have gorgeous colors from many different companies, and we want to buy them all. But eventually, most useful I think is the whites. I'm using a chipboard for my sentiment this time. It's again from Scrapiniac. And I'm going to give some color to my flowers. As I told you, it's very useful to have white flowers, so I'm giving my color according to my project. I'm using the light green color that I used on my background, so I'm making sure it goes with my project. And I'm going to have a little bit darker green color as well. And I'm using some water spray to dilute the color and apply it easier on the flowers as well. While I have these colors on my craft sheet, I will of course do some splashes too. And I decided to do some splashes with the dark brown color as well to bring the page together. And I'm going to give a border to my canvas. It's really required to give a border to the canvases. It brings the whole thing together, gives a frame. So I'm using the chocolate color that I used on my background to give a border. And I also decided to use the dark green color to create the border as well, to make a smoother transition from the browns to the greens in the page. I will do a little bit more stamping actually. I have this set, I really don't remember where I got it from, so apologies, I won't be able to give any link. But these are flourish designs that you can find easily, there are many of them. I'm stamping these on the corners to give again a definition to my canvas. And I also used the dragonfly stamp in the same set just to give a little bit more interest. And as I did to the other canvas, I will embellish my page with Nuvo drops. I'm using this bottle green color. I'm putting some dots on the places I stamped and on my dragonfly as well. After looking at my page, I decided that the vine leaves that I put was not visible enough. So I decided to darken the color. I'm using the dark green color that I used on the background as well, and I went over the vine leaves totally to darken them up. And also to brighten the page a little bit more, I used white Nuvo drops to embellish here and there and on my dragonfly. And this was the end of this canvas as well. I hope you liked the two canvases that I prepared with very similar methods, but eventually they have very different looks because of the color scheme. As usual, you will find a full list of supplies down below at the description area or in my blog. Don't forget to give thumbs up or subscribe to my channel if you like my projects because that's how I know you like to see more. I would love to hear from you as well if you wish to see more of something or have questions. And I hope to see you next time.